This game is rated S for super fucking sexy. Tales from the Podcast, the fucking video game. Have you ever wanted to stop someone from making another shitty horror movie? Then get ready because now you can. In Tales from the Podcast, the fucking video game, you control JB, Ron, and Jeff as they embark on a quest through Grungetown to do just that. Along the way, you'll encounter drunken hobos, annoying boy bands, and even a zombie girl or two. It's a retro-style RPG full of action, foul language, and enough horror references to make even the most hardcore horror fan explode from excitement. Collect Pogs, level up your team, and equip the best gear to kick major ass, but also look really fucking cool doing it. Tales from the Podcast, the fucking video game. Make sure to get your copy today. Obtain access to the in-game cheatbot for only $5. I mean, it's worth it just to find out what the access code is alone. Warning. This game has been known to cause extreme sexual arousal, spontaneous dance fights, a strong attraction to zombie girls, and drunken hobo rage.
Tales from the Podcast is brought to you by the following generous sponsorships.
The Happy Hour News Team. Check them out at www.happyhournewsteam.com.
talesfromthepodcast.com, where you can pick up your copy of Tales of Shock and Terror #1. The Skewered Universe Podcast. And viewers like you.
Hey there, and welcome to another episode of Tales from the Podcast. Unfortunately, Jeff won't be joining today. He had some problems going on, and apparently my mic's not fucking ready, or my camera. But anyways, I go ahead and figured go do a quick episode on this one that we're going to be talking about today. As quick as it can be, I guess. But we're going to be talking about the, what is this now, the 4th episode? I believe so. Yeah, 4th episode, The Tale of the Chameleons. Yeah, that's an episode. So, I guess to go ahead and start with the cast, we got Tia and Tamara Mowry in this. I basically just go ahead and say both of them because I mean, as far as I know, I think they do every fucking thing together. Like, literally, like every fucking thing. And they're always in twin movies, and so it's anytime you see anything like that, it's always both of them. So, you know, but I think they're probably most well known for Sister. But I think they did quite a bit of other shit. It looks like they did a lot of fucking like TV movies. There's a lot of fucking stupid ass shit in here as well. But I mean, nothing at all for anything that I would enjoy. Something called Hollywood Horror, which doesn't sound horrible, but I, for some reason, am betting that it probably is total fucking garbage. Yeah, looks like it is. But then again, I don't know. Maybe not. It could be somebody's favorite movie for all I fucking know. To keep going on with this, we also have Samantha Camerica in this as well. She's basically known for a couple of episodes of Are You Afraid of the Dark? She did a handful of other stuff, but nothing really that nobody knows. Like there's the Challengers, Bordertown Cafe, Avon Lay, whatever the fuck that is. She did an episode of that as well, but she hasn't done anything since 1996. So I think this right here might have been her last thing that she ever really did. And doesn't look like she has anything on her IMDb page going forward. We also have Spencer Evans in this episode, who plays Red Hair Boy. So you know he fucking went on to do spectacular shit. Actually, no, he didn't. He did Bleeders, Time at the Top, and Learning to Crawl. And none of that shit sounds familiar at all. We also have Amanda Strawn in this episode as Miss Robinson. Yeah, I mean, it looks like she did some video game work and some voice work. She was in Real Detective for one episode. Whatever 19.2 is, she was in a few episodes of that. Doesn't look like she really did anything major, though. Cause of Death, Blind Terror. Yeah, Hiroshima. Seems like that's popping up all over the fucking place. But doesn't look like a lot of stuff at all. All right. And to our last person, we got Don Jordan playing Mr. Robinson in this. He's, well, actually probably done the most amount of shit. I don't know what Sapids is, but he was in that. Chaos Walking, Queen of Sin, a lot of video game work, including Deus Ex, as well as Assassin's Creed. Splinter Cell, he was in the Last Templar TV miniseries, Far Cry 2, The Dead Zone. He might have a bit more of an impressive catalog that he's did than a lot of other people from the looks of it. 2001 A Space Travesty, that's always a fun one. But yeah, doesn't look like he did. Oh, right there, Brain Scan, that was a great one. Sweet Killing, Deadbolt. Yeah, probably the best of all the actors in there, that's for sure. Yes. There you go. I assumed all of them had to have been related. But yeah, Slasher Fred, you are right. They're also sister with Taj Mowry. I think both these Mowrys have been married because it looks like there's little things in there, which I mean just shows, I don't know, at least for somebody of my age, it's just, wow, everyone's getting old. But, oh, they still look fine. Oh, again, I say that, but they're fucking way older than me. I thought they were younger than that. They were born in the 70s. Shit. So I guess to talk about this episode a little bit, man, this is kind of one of the weird ones, I guess, to talk about. I do know that there was somebody who wanted to come on and talk about this episode. I'm kind of extremely curious on their opinion on this one, and hopefully here in the near future I'll be able to get some of their input on this episode. And that's our good buddy Trekopedia, who's always in the show comments and everything too. Unfortunately, he had to work today, so he was not able to make it on for this episode. But he really wanted to talk about this one. It did get a 7.2 out of 10, which is, not a horrible rating for what it is. But I don't know. This one's always one of them that kind of confused me when it came to the ratings on it and why people liked it so much. Basically, I guess in a nutshell, because there's really not like a huge amount of shit going on. There's a lot of back and forth, but they go to a pet store. And when I say they, is that Janice and her friend Sharon. And she gets bit by a chameleon, and there's this little thing that they've been saying, basically, if you get bit twice and you get water on you, it takes over your body and you turn into a chameleon. And she ends up getting bit, and then somehow this chameleon goes and figures its way back to her house, and then goes and bites her again, and then tries to get her wet. Doesn't work. So ends up turning back into the chameleon. Keep in mind, there's a lot of air quotes in this episode, but ends up getting her alone and able to get her close to a shower, pushes her into a shower where she turns into a chameleon, and now the chameleon has basically taken over her role in life, and going on to say basically how this is happening every day, and I guess that part's kind of cool. It's almost like a lizard people kind of scenario, like a different aspect of it. Let's see, for Slasher Fred, this episode kind of feels like an inspiration to the movie. I don't know about that. I mean, it'd be weird if that was true, like this being the inspiration for us. Because how the plot involves doppelgangers. There was also a Twilight Zone episode. I mean, I can see the Twilight Zone being more of a homage to it, I guess, but and you never see this show getting as much credit as it probably deserves when it comes down to that. But going on to talk about this, after they have their little tuffle, if you will, and she turns into the chameleon and her body's taken over, her friend starts to notice little differences with her and ends up figuring out that she is the chameleon. And this whole time, Janice is winning over her parents, trying to basically take over that role, and I don't know, it gets kind of crazy, but it gets to the point where the chameleon girl, who played by Tamara, ends up getting bit twice, and then that's when Janice is able to basically take form again, and they have a little tuffle, and they do the thing that always happens in any fucking movie with twins, where they grab each other, spin around, and now everyone's confused on who the fuck is who. Which, I mean, they're twins, I get that, but you could definitely tell them apart. And well, from there, she basically has to do like, well, how do I know who's who? And she ends up getting her, thinks she gets the right person, gets her wet, turns into a chameleon. They put the chameleons in a well, and that's when we end up later figuring out that she got the wrong one, and the chameleon's there. Like I said, it's pretty simple plot, moves forward at a good pace, so there's really no complaint there. My biggest complaint is the title on this episode, honestly. And for anybody who's watched this episode, I strongly encourage you to go and look up what a chameleon looks like, because this is the tale of the chameleons, but there's only iguanas in it. It's all bullshit lies. It's all a lie. They trick you right from the fucking start with it. It should be the tale of the fucking iguanas, and apparently iguanas like to fucking change and take over people. But, I think they should have took more of a lizard people aspect to it instead of just like I don't know. It's like they tried to play off the chameleon's way of blending into its environment and changing, but not use a chameleon, which is, I don't know, it's just really weird because you can get pet chameleons. It's not like that was out of their range. It was definitely a huge possibility, but they chose not to. And for some reason, it really bothers me. And it bothers me how great of a ranking this one got because of it, too. I'm not going to sit here and say it's the worst episode by any means, but does it deserve a 7.2? Probably not. I mean, I'd probably stick it at closer to like a 6, maybe a 6. Yeah, just a 6. I can't go any higher than that. It's the fact that you're basically lied right from the get-go just on the title of it alone kind of really bothers me. Like, other than that, though, I mean, it's not horrible. The special effects, I guess, were okay at the time. Watching them nowadays is kind of cheesy because you get like the weird eye overlay thing when you figure out that the one's the chameleon, and they try to switch it over. But then at the end, when she gets wet and starts turning green, it's kind of fucking weird too. But they try their best with it, I guess, for the time. We'll say probably them getting Tia and Tamara in this episode was probably a huge get for them. So that might be part of the reason why it is rated so high, just for nostalgic reasoning with people knowing who they were, them being a big deal at the time, and then getting on this show of all shows too. Which I think this is right here is like basically about the furthest they ever really got into horror. Oh. Well, apparently I'm wrong. They look like iguanas, but apparently, according to IMDb, it says they're Chinese water dragons, which I have no fucking clue what the hell that is. I'll tell you right now, it looks like a fucking iguana. They're large lizards. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. They look like fucking. Yeah, they basically look like iguanas. They're a little bit different. It looks like they might be a little bit smaller, but I'd argue that most people can't tell the difference between them. There's a little bit of a coloration difference in their face, but other than that, those things are fucking iguanas. I mean, other than that, though, it's just pretty basic episode. Easy going, nothing too complicated with it. Wish I had more to really say about it. I mean, I'm kind of with Fred on this right here. I think this right here might have been inspired by other things, especially anything going towards, like a lizard people aspect, which has been a trope for fucking years and years and years. Which is, I don't know, if I was going to take it anyway, I would probably go that route. But it was okay, I guess. I will say as well, they did a pretty decent job with the scene with her eating the goldfish, which was pretty cool the way they did that. But other than that, that's really all I have to add for this episode. Sorry, it's kind of a small one, but it kind of just is what it is. Every once in a while, we get an episode and there's just not too much to really speak on. And I mean, there's really nothing even really to make that much fun over. It's not like we have people acting like fake deaf or fake retarded or anything like that. We just got this, I mean, it would have been nice, I guess, if there would have been a little bit more to make fun of or something, but there's just nothing. Nothing at all. What I will say, though, is for everybody who's been watching and paying attention, have went ahead and done a lot of updatings to our website, which is talesfromthepodcast.com. And from there, you can actually go and check out quite a bit about all of us, all the things that we have going on. There's on top of that, there's actual players. So if you decide to, hey, I'm online, I want to start listening maybe on my computer, there's a player on there for people who want to watch everything. You can go through all of our episode catalog like that. And I mean, there's hundreds of episodes already out on there. There's links available in there for everything that we're doing. There's directions on if you want to go ahead and purchase the video game, which is out. If you want to purchase a comic book, as well as our merch site now, which is available for anybody who's a fan and wants to check out what we have going on there too. I got bugged by people about that, which I don't know. Is what it is. I got get bugged about it for nobody to buy stuff. Oh, never mind. I take that back. People have been buying stuff. Yeah, quite a few people have been buying stuff. I'm wrong. Yeah, so there's definitely quite a bit of shit on there, that's for sure. But, hopefully people like what we have going on, enjoy what it is. Definitely try to make it fun for everybody. But yeah, like I said, that's been updated. Yes, it is cool. Thank you. So hopefully people like what we're doing. Next week we will be jumping into another episode, obviously. And it looks like the next episode we will be jumping into is The Tale of Prisoners Past, which is probably a little bit more fun of an episode. I know we got a couple of fun ones in this season. This one's kind of a lackluster season for me. This is the last season that we do get with like the original type of people going with the Midnight Society, though. From there, we're going to be jumping into our next revival series after the season, which the first revival series, which was season 6 and 7, and basically we get Tucker taking over a lot, which is interesting. And then we'll jump into our last little series of it before figuring out what we're going to do after this. So hopefully everyone sticks around, enjoys everything that we have going on with it. Like I said, check out what we got going on, dude. We bust our ass out there to try to make it where everyone has things to watch, enjoy, and if there's any comments or anything, we got our email out there. So hit us up. We definitely love any kind of feedback we get, and it's always appreciated. So thank you all for watching. Next week will be a lot more fun, I'm sure of that. I'm kind of curious on what Jeff thinks of this episode anyway, so hopefully he had a chance to check it out. But this, as far as me, it wasn't for me. And Trekipedia, I know you're going to go back and listen to this one too. I really want to know your thoughts on this one, because I personally, it's just not my favorite. I'm kind of curious, like you specifically like this one, so I'm interested in your feedback personally. But anyways, thank you all for checking us out. Appreciate the fuck out of it. And remember, go like our shit, buy our shit, or go fuck yourself.
Thanks for listening, kiddies. You're all a scream.